The beer of the week is Firestone Walker Pale 31, a full-bodied and refreshing ale. On this episode, we discussed the results of UFC Fight Night Cerrone versus Till, as well as Gegard Mousasi's anticipated Bellator debut. Stick around.
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 15 of MMA to the Max. I am your host, Robert Taylor, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Riverside Joe. What's up, Joe? How you doing today?
And we're also joined by our good friend, previous guest Mike on MMA to the Max, Arin Smith. How you doing, Arin?
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for showing up again, Arin. Apparently you're in Southern California this time.
Yeah, I get to look at this sexy mic all night.
The big blue.
Yeah, the big blue snowball mic.
That's right. Anything that's big and round and bally near Aaron's face, and he's happy. So he flew all the way from Kauai to get this big ball in his mouth. I mean, his face, or to talk into the mic.
So what's going on tonight?
Not much. Just relaxing, drinking some beer, enjoying the results of UFC Fight Night. That was pretty fun.
Dude, it was, man. It's a torch passing event, maybe. I mean, before we start getting down into the whole card, but I kind of felt like the torch is being passed from the old WEC. Cerrone is definitely one of the most complete mixed martial artists out there. One of the first original breeds of a true mixed martial artist, and I think he kind of passed it on to Till tonight. What do you think?
I don't think anything was passed. I think it was taken, personally.
Well, yes. It was taken via rhinoplasty.
Yeah, Till put a hurt on him, and it's not just the fact of what he did to Cerrone, how he finished him. It's how he looked leading up to the finish. His hands were lightning quick, precise, on point. Yeah, man, everything that people were talking about with Conor, like, precision over speed and power and everything like that, you got to apply it to this kid. This kid has got the same skill set, man. He's good. He's like a cross between Conor's accuracy with his punches and Wonderboy's kicks.
Yeah, I like that. I would say his accuracy is a combination between Conor and his ability to deliver pain is like that of Mike Perry. Again, he had respect for Donald Cerrone, but he did not care about his health when he threw that wicked elbow. He didn't care. The kid's just mean and nasty in all the right ways.
I think saying his name in the same league, in the same sentence as Mike Perry is kind of insulting to Till. I think Till absolutely destroys Mike Perry.
I'm not going to disagree with you in that, but as we discussed before, I think Mike Perry has a complete and total disregard for the health and well-being of his opponent. I think Darren Till shares that same disregard. That's where the comparison begins and ends. I think Till is a better fighter, but it was fun to see them jawing at each other at the end of the fight there, right?
Mike Perry,
he was a little
Mike
drunk.
Perry offers nothing. Yeah, he had to have been drunk, but I mean,
He was on that Polish vodka, I believe.
See, what got to me the most about this fight too was just how relaxed Till was. He looked like a veteran in that cage. The main event did nothing to deter him. He just looked so comfortable and relaxed. He looked amazing.
Yeah, again, if we want to make the comparison to yield Conor McGregor again, I know how much you love him. He has that same confidence and swagger that McGregor has, where he doesn't give two S's or two shits or two fucks or anything. He has zero fucks to give. This isn't the big show to him. The big show to him is when he defends his 13th or 14th title. You know what I mean? Like, this is small potatoes. And that's why I think he was so confident. This is like an amateur show for him, you know, where he thinks he belongs. Because that guy believes, knows he's going to be a legend in this sport.
All he has to do is defend one title, and he's already better than Conor. So
no. Conor did hold two belts, two divisions at the same time. Whether you want, we can debate that all day long. If he holds two belts at the same time and defends one of them, then he's greater. After what our boy Shorty does this next month, he'll prove himself to be better.
All right, Aaron, what did you think about Till's performance over Cerrone today?
It was quick and easy. I was wondering if he was wiping a nose bone off of his elbow at the end of the fight there. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, it's completely shattered. Dude. It's broken. Cerrone shared pictures already. So
yeah, he Franklin'd his nose, dude. Like when I saw that, the elbow came across and they got a little closer. I'm like, dude, his nose looked like Rich Franklin versus Anderson Silva 1 and 2.
Yeah, Till's got some nasty elbows. Even his last fight, he dropped the guy with an elbow. Didn't get the finish because Bohan, forgot his last name right now, but he's tough as hell. So, but I mean, he got his ass beat. But yeah, those elbows from Till are vicious. They're nasty. They're like a more powerful Kenny Florian elbow. Remember, Florian had those sharp ass elbows that could damage anybody.
Florian's elbows were all about slicing and dicing. And Darren Till's are pretty bad. If you look at even Loazo, his elbows are about slicing and dicing. Till's elbows I don't know who's got elbows like that. I honestly, I can't tell you who else hits with so much power, standing or otherwise. It was like his win over Oliveira was the same thing. It was ground and pound elbows. It was wicked and nasty, dude.
Yeah, Darren Till, man, he's the future. He really is. We were on the bandwagon last week and the week before talking about this fight, and we both agreed that Darren Till was going to crush Donald Cerrone. I had third round. I thought it would go to at least the third round, but Darren Till just he fought like Donald Cerrone didn't belong in the same cage as he did.
That was a bummer, man.
That's a bummer watching Cerrone. I mean, watching him lose like that. He's a beloved fighter.
I think he's putting himself almost in the role of gatekeeper now.
Well, I mean, he's always been a gatekeeper. He always wilts when it gets to the big time.
Yeah, but I think it's more cemented in my mind because you get right. I never thought after his one shot at RDA, I wasn't sure when his next title chance would come up. I was kind of not sure, but not necessarily as a gatekeeper role. I always thought he was a perennial contender at that point, partly because he'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, just like this Darren Till. You know, he should have waited to fight a Damian Maia or somebody else, you know, but he fought this young kid and he did the same thing for Darren Till that, you know, predecessors did for him, you know, gave him a shot, and Darren Till stepped up to the challenge with that wicked-ass elbow game.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people that are thinking, calling for Cerrone to retire, saying he's taking too much punishment, and I want to point out, I completely disagree with that. What Cerrone needs to do is just stop fighting so much. He's older now than he used to be. He can't constantly fight 4 times a year. I know we all love watching Cerrone fight, but he's just... You look what happened after he fought Matt Brown and had that war with Matt Brown. He turned around immediately and fought George Masvidal and got knocked out. And then he came back, had that war with Robbie Lawler, come back to this fight. Not as quick of a turnaround, but got fucked up. I just think Cerrone needs to start cutting back his fight time. Sure, we love him because he fights anybody, anytime, anywhere. You can't do that anymore, man. You got to think about your health. Don't retire because you're still one of the greatest and you're an elite fighter. Just cut back on the fighting, on the amount of times.
Yeah, like this was technically a TKO, and I mean he definitely took damage. But as far as what the damage we don't want fighters to continue taking is the head trauma damage. He didn't get starched, KO'd. He got his nose busted up, blood just shot down the back of his throat, in his mouth. He couldn't breathe, and Darren Till put the pressure on him. Yeah, he got an effed up nose now. Give it a year like Rory McDonald did. Come back as an animal. Fight twice a year. I can agree with that. I don't need to see him retire. if he got starched, KO'd, Bigfoot Silva'd 8 out of 10 fights, yeah, let's hang him up. But I think he's still competitive in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, but fights like this aren't gonna really change people's minds because in the words of Shang Tsung, it was pretty much flawless victory for Darren Till. So,
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I brought that back. But yeah, I don't even think Cerrone landed a single punch on him.
I don't.
A couple body kicks that Till caught and countered immediately, but yeah, this was as flawless as it got.
Yeah, and that's a bummer because this is definitely the best fighter Till's faced, and he made him look like nobody. Like, he beat the brakes off Cerrone tonight. Hats off to him. Hats off.
And he called Cerrone out.
He did.
After his last win, he said, "I want Donald Cerrone," and he got it. And people thought it was too big of a step up in competition, and Till's the best striker in the welterweight division. Pure striker, he really is.
Pure striker.
Yeah, pure boxer, I should say, not pure striker.
Okay,
sorry.
Because then that's gonna put your dick riding, as you like to call it, of Wonder Boy.
No, Wonder Boy. When it comes to kickboxing, yeah, kickboxing, but boxing, pure boxing. I have Till as the best pure boxer in the division. His hands are better than anybody's hands in that division.
Masvidal? He's not a better boxer? Straight boxer?
No, I think Till's got him. I think Till handles Masvidal.
I don't think so. I think boxing wise, yes. But when Darren Till fights a Masvidal, he's going to use his kicks. He's going to use his kickboxing and beat him.
Are we talking pound for pound or just
no?
in
Just
general?
the
welterweight striker. Just welterweight strikers.
What about Bisping?
Well, Bisping's a middleweight.
Oh yeah, that's what I was asking. All right, fair enough.
But Bisping does have some of the best boxing. We can't deny that. That's a valid point. Yeah. But boxing wise, in my mind, the best boxing welterweight is going to be Masvidal. The best overall striker.
I'm putting Till over
best
him.
Overall striker, I'll go Wonder Boy. Best kickboxer, Till. See, I got my tiers. There's levels to this shit, man. And that's why we got to see these guys play together. Because if you're Darren Till, you don't fight Masvidal with hands. You fight him with hands, feet, and elbows, right? A kickboxer.
No, you beat Masvidal by clinching with him and letting him wear himself out and wrestling him.
You can beat him on the feet if Darren Till's the better boxer, right? Why would he take him out?
I think he will. I think that is how he beats Masvidal. I mean, I don't think they're going to match him up together yet. I think they're going to wait to see what happens with the winner of Mike Perry and Santiago Ponzinibbio. And I know they're hoping for Perry to win that fight. But
sure they are.
Yeah, I don't know if he does. But I think they're just going to wait and see what happens there. I mean, it was pretty much set up tonight anyways, or today, I should say.
What the hell was Perry doing there other than to set up that potential fight, which means the UFC is kind of already banking on Ponzinibbio getting starched?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing up on the apron. That was just, like, on the outside. Just, he was already there. Like, why? Dude, you had the fight booked and you took Ponzinibbio instead, just like Till said, so.
Yeah. Aaron can answer that question. So what was going on with Perry tonight?
Polish vodka.
Yeah, that's why he was on the apron. The guy was 15 sheets
Never underestimate the power of Polish vodka.
He was, dude, when he was being interviewed afterwards, he was like rocking back and forth. Eyes looked more closed than Mousasi's right eye after Bellator 185. You know what I mean? It was bad, dude.
Well, I mean, he has to enjoy his alcohol for some of those tattoos he's got, so there's got to be some sort of an explanation.
So guys who get eyebrow tattoos don't make good life decisions? Is this what I'm supposed to pick up on what you're saying here?
And that might be something of what I'm saying.
Okay, because I'm going to agree with you. Damn it! I hate when I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when you guys agree either.
Yeah, that's not the dynamic of this show. It's
what happens is I make good points. Joe tries to argue them. He realizes he's wrong and admits I'm right. That's pretty much what happens all the time.
No. The flow of the show is Joe makes over-passionate, uninformed arguments about things he knows little about. That would be the name of this show, but MMA to the max comes off the tongue a little bit easier. And then Robert Corrects the Idiot. I think Robert Corrects the Idiot might be a good name of a podcast.
Yeah, I might have to change the name of it.
I'm getting an eyebrow tattoo tomorrow, so you guys can talk about that and see who's right.
All right. Well, Aaron's been married, but he'll be single after tomorrow.
It's not an excuse.
He goes back to Kauai. Hey, babe, I'm home. And he's got What does Perry's tattoo above his eyebrow say? Pain or some shit like that?
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't really care. I'm not even gonna look it up. That's just not worth
it probably
my time
says like,
right
I am not a smart man. So
Is my hair tall enough for you?
Yeah, his haircut was great tonight.
Does my hair make me look taller?
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna have to do it for you. I was giving you some opportunity, but we were kind of going roundabout. Joe Martinez, huh?
I love Joe Martinez. I think he's the greatest. I love the man. So,
I love seeing him in there. I hate to see him have to fly all the way to Poland to get the big show, and then with Cerrone and Joe Martinez, it was a little nostalgic for me, man. I kind of enjoyed it. I was happy about that, but Cerrone apparently was too caught up in that moment.
Yeah, I was hoping. I keep hoping that they offer Joe Martinez more work, not just the ones that Bruce Buffer doesn't want to do. I keep hoping they offer him more work so that he shows up on the UFC broadcast more often because his announcing skills are great.
Yeah, I'd like to see him.
They're my favorite.
He'd do fight nights. Yeah, he'd do fight nights and let Bruce Buffer do the pay-per-views. That's fine. Or let him do the undercards and Buffer does the main cards. I mean, Buffer's getting up there in age and all his running around and activity, blown out 2 ACLs doing the Buffer 360. So let's give the poor guy a half break. And
2 ACLs?
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah, he blew out 2 ACLs. Well, one of them he blew out doing karaoke. So I don't know if you should keep doing.
People retire for less, I'm telling you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's talked about how he's going to be nearing his end pretty soon. He's not going to be doing this forever, even though he loves doing it. So,
yeah,
maybe Joe Martinez takes over afterwards, and I'd be so okay with that.
Over hologram Bruce Buffer.
Yeah, over hologram Bruce Buffer, and definitely over
Jimmy Lennon Jr.
I do not like him. Like for boxing, it works, but when I hear him in an MMA cage, it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
His
like,
voice is grating to me.
For me.
It's too high pitched for an announcer. I think that's the thing.
It is, and it has a boxing. I don't know. It has more of a Michael Buffer sound to it. You know what I mean? And that Michael Buffer sound is a boxing sound. And Jimmy Lennon Jr. Again, I don't want to bash anybody where I don't feel an emotional need to, but he's not that good. He's a boxer guy to me. You know, he just doesn't have that good sound. I don't like it.
You know, we were talking about Conor earlier. If we brought him up,
yeah.
How awesome was it that Mark Goddard put Conor in his place? Because obviously the UFC executives at the fight weren't going to say shit. So it took Mark Goddard to say, "Get your ass in your seat."
Yeah, sit down.
Yeah,
sit down. If you want to be in his corner, he should have brought you in his corner.
Exactly.
Sit the F down.
I commend Mark Goddard so much for that because as much as people want to say, well, what is he? Somebody online was like, well, I'd like to see him try to tell the audience to be quiet. And no, it's the difference, dude. Conor is running around the cage giving advice to the fighter, to Artem Lobov, which is illegal.
Yeah, if you're going, see, if it was just say me, and I was running around screaming advice to Artem Lobov, I'd have been kicked out.
Yeah, you've been escorted out by security, and you never would have been allowed to get that close to the cage in the first place.
Yeah, if Conor McGregor even just went up to his corner in between rounds, he should have been kicked out. But to literally be running around the fucking octagon, no, that's the balls on Goddard. And that's why he is he's in the top 3, the 1 A, B, and C of MMA officiating.
He really is an underrated referee, and he deserves more recognition for his efforts. I've never seen a Goddard ref fight with any controversy, at least off the top of my head that I can remember. The man is actually one of the best in the business. He just does not get the same recognition. I think it's because he mostly does the overseas events, which is a shame. Yeah,
it's because he's newer to the UFC. I mean, he's only been refereeing consistently UFC fights for the past 2-3 years maybe. Before that, it was very inconsistent. So it's always really been, Big John, Herb Dean, who had a tough patch, but he's fixed himself back up. His controversies aren't there. He's making better decisions. And then
more better, huh?
More better. But that's not wrong. Arin, is that wrong?
My mom's just rolled over again in her
grave before she's dead.
Bed.
Aaron's parents are both English teachers, so I grew up with them my whole life. So when I make those kind of mistakes, before you even said it, Aaron was peering at me, dude.
Well, you've been drinking a lot longer throughout the day and the night, so we can let that slide. But
We've been drinking
It just
since
reminded
about
me
one,
of
but
that old In Living Color skit, like Mo Better Butter.
Mo Better Blues is a great film.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, now
No, you just have to say better. More better is redundant.
More better. See,
It's
this is
redundant.
What's better the better?
what's better than better? More better. All right.
Man.
Just saying.
On this week's episode of English to the Max.
Grammar to the max. Brought to you by two dipshits and their friend.
Oh yes, more better.
I wouldn't
See, it
mind.
doesn't
I
sound
wouldn't
as
mind
bad.
starting that podcast too. Grammar to the Max. It'd just be me correcting people's internet typos all day.
Yeah, and I would be your number one freaking guest on that show, wouldn't I,
Joe
dude?
would keep you in business alone.
Why can't I get the right word right? Hey, all of you who follow me, I appreciate it, and thanks for the likes. And Doug, fuck you for always criticizing me, but thank you at the same time.
No,
dude.
thank you, Doug. Yes, let's give a shout out to Doug.
Yeah,
Try
why would we do that? He lost first place on the event. Oh,
Yeah, Doug. That's what you get for correcting me on my
By the way,
Better Blues.
this week's winner of the MMA to the Max
It's
UFC
funny how you
Fantasy
introduced
League is me. Thank you.
That's kind of weird, huh? No bias, huh?
Yeah, you know what's funny is like you introduce like one of your buddies, yourself, refuse to acknowledge the one time I win and when my wife wins. I see how you are, pal. I
Or
see
the
how
eight
you are.
times
We
I
mentioned
won,
it. We
but
talked about it
that's
last week.
And you're not giving Belly Brain his love. I think he came in. I think the person who quit 3 weeks ago had a better score than Aaron this week.
That was a brutal battle at the bottom, but let's get some acknowledgments when I'm at the top.
I love the
Come on.
alliteration, dude. The brutal battles at the bottom. What a bullshit and bastard
I just had to
you
point
are.
it. I just had to point it out though right now because you did send that group text saying I'm winning this one again, motherfuckers. Well,
Yeah,
not even close there, bud.
You got cocky, dude.
Yeah.
Also, you got to understand, some of what I did was go for the points, right? You know what I mean? Trying to go for the extra bonus points, and those didn't pay off.
Oh, you like to talk about like the 76ers that have tanked 3 seasons in a row to get better draft picks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
No.
That doesn't take anything away from the
I
sport.
can't
Just-
lose.
yeah.
I can't lose at the end of the year to the guy who was a month behind, who barely started following the sport like a year ago. He doesn't even know who GSP is, this douchebag, and here he
Frankly,
is.
at this point, whatever you pick is better than what you've been doing, so go with it.
Fuck
Damn.
you.
Damn.
That hurts, dude. I thought we was friends.
Damn, that was a low blow.
Was it?
What do you think? What do you think? So, we set up the last fight, Ponzinibbio versus Perry. Who do you think should be next for our boy Darren Till? I know who I think. Aaron, think about who you think. Robert, who do you think? As we think about
Well,
our
I
thoughts?
said that they need to do the winner of Perry and Ponzinibbio, but
You still think that's the fight? I have a different one in my mind.
but
Go figure.
yeah, right. Go figure. But I don't know if they don't want to wait. If they don't want to wait for it, then Kamaru Usman's a good fight. He just came off a victory.
He just got booked, right?
I don't. Did he just? He did just get booked, didn't he?
Yeah, he just got booked. But no, it's still close enough because he got booked in 219, I think. So it's still close enough. It'll be a little layoff for Till, which is fine.
He's
but that's
coming
still
up with
close
a
enough.
fight. That's right. I forgot who he's fighting again, but he is
But
fighting
that's
somebody.
good. It's close enough. Till's not hurt. I'm sure he'll want to jump back in it quick. But okay, Usman, maybe.
But
What else you
basically,
got?
Till's going to jump up in the rankings, right? Donald Cerrone was number 6, and he absolutely starched him. He's going to jump up. I don't know if they're going to put him at 6, but he is
I
going
think
to
they'll
jump
put him
up.
at 7.
And in that case, the fight to make, Colby Covington.
Oh, you bastard. Covington's got a fight. I think he fights the winner of that fight. Covington Maya. I think he fights the winner.
Oh, that's right. Covington is fighting Maya.
Yeah.
For some reason, that slipped my mind. I don't know why that slipped my mind. Then I guess Maya, because I think Maya wins that fight. So,
Yeah. But I would love to see Covington versus Till. Smith, who do you think?
Well, who's Woodley fighting?
the
Do we
winner
know-
of Robbie Lawler and Rafael dos Anjos, which is going to be Rafael dos Anjos in my mind. But
So does Till get the chance after that, and one more fight and he's up?
So take the loser of that fight for a number one contender shot?
Potentially.
All right. That's not a bad idea either.
That's not a
Aaron
bad
trying to
idea,
throw the
actually,
loser
either.
right away.
I
mean,
mean, that's what
they-
they did to Connor. You just spoke about how Connor and blah, 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 so let's...
that's not a bad
Aaron
idea.
makes valid points.
I
This
mean,
guy's really trying to be the real deal.
we can't really claim like it's too quick, it's too fast for him because he just jumped up unranked and took out the number 6 guy in 2 minutes. So, yeah, just keep pushing him. See how far he goes. Ride the train, see how long it goes.
How many Maya fights are we going to keep watching?
Oh, I love it. He's got the best. Okay, you want to talk about the best jiu-jitsu in MMA?
I love Maya, but like, come on, at some point, I mean,
he's our age. He's close to retirement. He needs to get himself a belt soon. But
he's not getting a belt. That's a sad state of affairs there for him.
This is why I bring it up. Maybe Maya and Cerrone fight indefinitely.
Well, then Maya wins. Oh, they fight every they just fight each other every 5 cards. So the way it is now, twice a month. All right, that's not a bad call. I think we've all got good calls on it. I'm going to stick with he gets the winner of Maya Covington, which I think all of us agree is going to be Maya. Unless Covington can stay on the outside and work his jab. If he's sitting there working speed on his jab, then maybe. But to me, the only way you're going to beat Maya is to have that jab. You got to keep him outside. You got to keep him away.
Yeah.
So Maya is kind of just like a stepping stone as well to prove that you have jiu-jitsu, and then you can move on to the title.
If this expert, this legitimate badass expert can stop you, then you're not ready. So if you can beat this one skill set, one art,
all right. Yeah.
If you can keep him away, then you can, that's a a total gatekeeper role. What do you think?
Were you asking him or you asking me there?
I think I was asking you.
I thought you guys were just having a conversation unto yourselves, but that's cool. No, I was like, okay, I guess this is MMA and Max with Joe Hudson and Arin Smith now. Whatever.
What do you got? What do you think?
No, yeah, I think Maya's basically. I don't think he's gonna win the title. He might get another title shot eventually, but he's basically going to be the last step to getting the title shot for the most part. If Masvidal beats him, then yeah, Till and Masvidal is going to be fun, and then we can answer the question we were asking each other earlier. Still, I just don't know how the rankings are going to work out, man. I mean,
hold on, it's Masvidal Maya? I thought it was Covington Maya.
Or Covington Maya, yeah. Masvidal, who's Masvidal fighting? Masvidal's fighting Wonder Boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Masvidal has a... See, you know what?
Ooh, see, now that's one that Till can do, is winner of Masvidal and Wonder Boy. There you go.
That's the ticket right there. I'm going to go Masvidal Till. That's the next fight I want to see for him. Whether Masvidal wins or loses, I think that's the fight.
When Wonder Boy wins this fight, I want to see Wonder Boy and Till. That is going to be it.
Well,
isn't Wonder Boy going to want that title fight again?
They're not going to give him Tyron Woodley again.
Not unless it's a new champ, because we don't want to see that boring fucking snooze fest. I almost fell asleep thinking about that fucking fight.
Yeah. Wonder Boy blew that. He blew that. So
he did. He was. I don't want to use the word afraid, as in scared, but strategy-wise,
he was too timid.
Yeah, he was afraid of the explosiveness and power, so he tried to keep it on the outside. He wouldn't commit. He was trying to. Yeah, it just was a bad fight. They're bad dance partners. They're not good dance partners. So he had his 2 shots. Now it's on to the next one. So Lawler RDA. I want to see RDA versus Woodley personally, but I don't know if he can beat Lawler.
I think he beats Lawler. So
yeah, I would say the same thing.
He's not taking him down, brah, and I don't see how he beats him on the feet.
What? His King's MMA striking, man, he could beat him on the feet. Come on.
King's MMA striking is good, but King's MMA is more grappling than striking.
Come on. King's MMA, look what they did with his striking. Look what they did with Verdum's striking. You know, when he's not just...
That's true. They did help Verdum out. Verdum is a good argument.
When he's not running at you with his chin up and his hands down. That's like he did with Stipe.
Well... Yeah, that's not a good thing to do. I'm just trying to. I'm gonna throw that out there for all fighters. Chins down, hands up.
Yeah. So the co-main event though tonight, we had the Karolina Kavakovic making her return to the cage after losing 2 straight. She got choked out by Claudia Gadeja last time out, and before that lost a unanimous decision to the champ. Jędrzejczyk. Where she dropped the champs. Her striking looked really good in that fight. She actually dropped her. This fight wasn't even in question to me leading up. Jody Escobar was game, but just Karolina is one of the best in the entire world and might just be the second best striker in that division behind the champ. This I was entertained by the fight, but nothing about this fight while watching it made me even question who the winner was going to be. Her striking was on point, and she was putting damage on Escobar's face.
She looked phenomenal, dude. The thing I really dug about it was her combinations and switching angles through those combinations. It wasn't just stand in front of her 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. She would 1, 2, slip 3, 1, slip 2, 3. You know what I mean? She was really good at working those angles and keeping her head, off the center line throughout the entire combination. Like, to me, I know she's an elite striker, but just watching that was like, it was ballet, man. It was so beautiful, man. And
Girl's got a chin.
yeah, Judy did not fall down when lesser men would have fallen down, dude. Carolina whooped up on her. She looked so good. I was so happy to see her back in the win column.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hats off to you, girl.
Yeah, it was good for her. She definitely needed it too. Coming off of that quick submission to Claudia in her last fight, really dropped a lot of the momentum she still had, even though she lost a decision to the champ. She still had momentum.
But it was a good fight against the champ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a really good fight against the champ.
Yeah,
she was coming on strong.
Momentum. Yep.
Yeah,
she needed it too. She got really emotional, not just winning in Poland, in her home country, but after you say a 2-fight skid, and maybe there were some questions in her mind, and I think she answered those. Again, she should have beaten Escobar, but she proved that she should beat her. You know what I mean? She proved why she should have whooped up on her. She didn't get caught up in the drama, give Jody a single second in this fight.
It wasn't even close. And it shouldn't have been close. That's just what the top fighters do. So
yeah, exactly. And she proves that she still has that mentality. So that was awesome.
Yep. But the next fight, man, was just the ending was ridiculously crazy.
You want to say beautiful, painfully.
I don't know if it was beautiful. I think it was. I can't call it beautiful. I gotta call it like just brute strength. But Jan Blachowicz, defeating Devin Clark. They had, they listed as a submission by rear naked choke. That was not a rear naked choke.
It was a.
He did not.
Rear naked
I don't care. It was a
crush.
choke, but it was not a rear naked choke. He did not have his back at all. I don't know what to call that.
An inverted bulldog.
I mean,
I don't know.
He had it locked up like you would for.
Right?
He had it locked up like you would for a rear naked choke, but he wasn't on his back, and he wasn't. He wasn't on the rear, so it's just. Yeah. It's not a rear naked choke. It's just so weird.
It was It was like a standing bulldog. If you think about it, if they were on their knees, that would have been a bulldog choke, right?
It was straight up. It was like a sleeper hold from WWE type shit, man. Like honestly, off to the side and all that. Like there's nothing. He just grabbed that exposed neck and just yanked back and choked. Didn't even try to take the back. Didn't even try to get any guards, any hooks in, and it was just weak on Devin Clark's part to get choked out by that, because he could have just easily tried to fall to his ass or do something to try to escape. But damn, it was a vicious looking choke though.
What it was is, if you look at it again, Blachowicz didn't have his elbow like at the sternum, pointing to the sternum of Clark, which would be your typical rear naked choke where it's going to be the blood choke. He had his elbow like over almost Clark's right shoulder. So it was a forearm choke crushing his trachea. That's why he tapped so quickly. It wasn't like a blood choke where you have a moment or just kind of a squeeze. That was a crush on his trachea, and I think that's why he tapped so quickly, because that feels like you're choking and like literally like choking on a piece of steak and can't breathe and you're dying that way, man.
What are you calling his biceps?
It was nice.
Yeah. His big steaky biceps were choking him out. It was. Look, watch that become a thing, like the what do we name it? The Von Preux choke. Like that's going to become his thing. It's like a Von Preux choke. He's going to get guys in that position where they're going to kind of turn to give up their back to fight hands, and he's just going to put that nasty little block of choke on him and be done with him.
Kind of like Mitrione had that front headlock choke. So
yeah,
did it I think twice in a row.
Yeah.
Machida.
I am playing with my beer bottle caps right now, so in case anybody's wondering what that sound is, I don't know why. I'm just playing with them. So I feel like I'm gonna keep all these just to go try to trade them in after the apocalypse, like in Fallout and all that. So
yeah. Well, now you've caused OCD, ADD Aaron to start playing with some caps. I prefer both of you assholes put your hand in your pants and play with your balls. Like
I'm all in.
Yeah, like playing poker chips. It does sound like poker chips.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I don't. Yeah, I think I don't know. I keep getting told that I might have ADD, but it's possible.
A dick sucking disorder? You do have that. Nothing? That was fucking funny.
It was just rude, is what it was.
Rude to the max.
Rude to the max.
Yeah, rude to the max, starring Riverside Joe, that asshole.
Riverside Joe. You know what? That's perfect. Riverside Joe, ellipsis, that asshole. All right?
Fuck
Look,
that guy.
it's not my job to make friends. I'm 37 years old. I'm married with kids. I'm done making friends.
You did just say ellipses.
I did say ellipsis.
Grammar to the max?
Yeah, that's right. Back to the Grammar to the Max show.
What's your verdict?
And in case anybody needed to know how to properly jot down an ellipsis, you need a space in between every period. Just let everybody know.
Dot space, dot space, dot space, the rest.
I don't even do it myself, though. I don't put the space because it's just a waste of time.
I don't, but spell check does.
Facebook does it for me.
Yeah, which of course spell check is okay, but my grammar check once again is always shite.
Oh man! In the so the opening fight of the card was I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember how to pronounce this dude's name because after the fight I took a nap.
Pachoda or Pachoda, something like that. Piachota.
You're saying it exactly how it's spelled, and so it leads me to believe that's not how it's supposed to be said.
Well, let's just call him by his first name, which is Oscar.
Where's he from?
He's from Poland.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Biocetta. Maybe he's Italian.
Yeah, well, that's
Biocetta.
Yeah.
That's Italian, Oscar.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. That
Pilchata.
He looked
the way
Italian.
you said that reminded me of Brad Pitt's character from Inglourious Bastards, like Buongiorno.
Yeah, his French was god awful. That was great.
That was Italian. He's like
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the Italian director guy.
Supposed to be for Italian with a southern accent. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
First sentence out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's just great.
I don't speak any Italian. Like I said, third base. Well, keep your fucking mouth shut.
We're gonna call him Oscar versus Jonathan, or Oscar versus Wilson.
Jonathan
right?
Wilson from San Bernardino, California. He was kind of a local guy. Didn't think he'd win. He's not that great.
No, and he didn't, and he got dominated 30-25, and I agree with that number.
Well, I mean, I think the judges gave it 30-27. I thought there was definitely, at least, I think round 3 should have been a 10-8, but
it was loud here. I thought one of them was 30-25, no?
No, sir. I think you're thinking of the first fight of the night. This was the first fight of the card.
Oh, you're right. That one was the 30. Yeah, Emmett versus.
How long have you been drinking, man? Jesus.
Since one. But you got to admit, I'm pretty gosh darn coherent.
Well, you're better than you were when we did it live after the Conor Mayweather fight. So. Yeah,
that wasn't good. No, I made sure to maintain. I drank some water, and I played a little basketball to burn out some of the alcohol.
Hey, and funny enough, that's the last time Smith was on the show.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing happened. I schooled Aiden once again in a game of basketball.
Congratulations, you beat your 12-year-old son.
Yeah, just for the record, the old man did win against the kids. We still got it.
Aiden is not 12. He's 13. So
he's
there
13
you go.
and half your size, man.
Yeah, roughly.
And he may or may not have been injured, but...
There may or may not have been elbows thrown.
Hey, you know what? Like Dominic, if you win by inch or a quarter mile, winning is winning.
Damn right it is. Eat on that, Aiden.
Just for the record, I might have a high ankle sprain, so Russell Wilson, if you're listening, can I get a hold of that PT trainer that got you through all last season?
Russell Wilson's listening to MMA to the max, dude.
Of course he is.
Of course. Who's not?
Yeah, everybody's listening to this show, especially this one. Jesus. How far have you gone off the rails so far tonight? Jesus Christ.
Get back in. Ran us in there, host.
We know Mick Maynard listens to the show. Right?
He has to.
Of course he does. He keeps making all of our friggin' picks for us. How we say it's going to happen is what he does, making his life a lot easier. So, next step, Mick. Sign our boy Shorty. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it would be nice, right? He should be signing Shorty. God, what a waste. Oh, after Shorty wins his next fight, then we'll definitely get him in the UFC. So
for sure. Next fight, Marcin Held versus Nasrat. Yep.
Hawk Press.
How'd you see that one going down?
I thought Held lost that fight.
Yeah, I did too.
I had him picked for it, but I thought he lost. And I'm 30-27 on all three scores for Held was absolutely deplorable.
I think he got the +1 bonus for being local.
And then the other +1 bonus for being robbed in the Lozon fight. So I think this is just the judge is trying to make it up to him.
You can't take Hop Quest's, record to make up for a fucked up decision that he got against Lozon.
I know, but
I don't know. I've been disappointed in Marcin Held since he came to the UFC. I thought I was expecting more from him, weren't you?
Well, I mean, to be fair, okay, so he lost the fight to Diego. That was a fair loss.
That was a good, fair loss, yes.
He beat Lozon, even though the judges gave it to Lozon. Even Lozon admitted it after the fight. Said, "No, I didn't win that fight." That's why I love Lozon. And again,
that was a good, fun grappling match. That was a good, fun fight. Yes, I'll give him that too.
And then his last fight, he was winning the fight until he tried to go for oh my god, why can't I think
the heel hook?
Yeah, going for the roll and all that, going for the roll. And got caught with the knee to the face and knocked out. So, I mean, technically, I mean, he hasn't looked bad. He just has been unlucky.
Yeah, but I expected so much more. I expected him to walk through Diego. I didn't expect him to submit Lozon. I expected that fight to kind of go the way it did. But I don't know, man. I was so high on him coming over from WSOF. I thought he was going to do more than that.
He came from Bellator.
Oh, Bellator. God damn it. Why did I say WSOF? Yeah, from Bellator. Because I thought he had decent competition there. I thought he was so much better than them that he would be a little bit more competitive. Because he needs to be moving himself up into the top 5 rankings already. He should be in contention, but he's not even being talked about in the title picture. That's where I expect him to be after 4 fights.
I see the same thing that happened in Bellator. He's not a very good striker. So if you're able to avoid his ground game, you can beat him. Yeah.
And again, his strong suit is the heel hooks and stuff in MMA. I don't care what Danaher, the Danaher Death Squad has done as far as jiu-jitsu, that's fine. But in MMA, you leave yourself too exposed to strikes still,
Yeah, and for sure.
That heel hook game isn't going to do anything for you in MMA yet. I mean, they might be able to develop it in something, but most of these guys are good enough at rolling and getting position back,
Yeah, and speaking of MMA and heel hooks, just want to point out in case anybody hasn't heard the news, but Gary Tonin is making his MMA debut soon.
With one, right?
I think it is one, yeah. I don't remember. I think it's one, but it doesn't matter.
Super
this is one of the
best,
absolute best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the entire world.
And he's an American.
Yeah.
Woo-woo!
Yeah, America. But
America. And he's a Danaher Death Squad guy as well.
If he can, he's a black belt under Tom DeBlas and Ricardo Almeida. So,
yes.
Which is a legit black belt. It's about as legit as they come. So
yeah, the lineage is all there.
Yeah, just like Tony Ferguson just got his black belt from Eddie Bravo, which is as legit as it comes.
Dude, I read the article on how Eddie gave him that black belt. And I'm going to be honest, bro, I kind of got choked up a little bit. That was like a Rudy moment for me. For him to he got Ralph Machado. He's got Machado's belt. That's his now. That's Ferguson's belt now.
Yeah.
Dude. Machado's one of the greatest jiu-jitsu players that's ever walked the face of the earth.
I agree.
And now he's got his belt.
And Eddie Bravo is well known as one of the mentors, the coaches to make it really hard to get a black belt under him. So, Tony Ferguson earned that shit. So, congratulations to Tony. But back to Gary Tonin.
Yeah.
This man shut up Dylan Dennis. Flow grappling submission underground, which made me so happy.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm not a Dennis fan. I think he's Dennis the douchebag. I like alliteration.
Great at jiu-jitsu, but Tonin shut him up. Jake Shields shut him up.
Jake Shields shut him down, dude.
Yeah,
that was
Jake
beautiful.
Shields made him look horrible.
Yeah.
Jake Shields is.
He doesn't look
like
the same.
And I think, like Ariel Helwani said, one of his things on his shows is, y'all must have forgot how good Jake Shields is at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I don't know why you would. Jake Shields, he's a great wrestler, and he uses his wrestling to counter others' jiu-jitsu, but to think that he doesn't have phenomenal jiu-jitsu, you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
He's had some of the best of all the welterweights, man. He was phenomenal.
But yeah, so oh man, we got way off topic here. Back to the fight real quick.
Hey,
Joe, Hill got an unjust decision. What's up?
Joe did open himself up there for a Rudy comment. I don't know if anybody out there is waiting to say anything about.
Yeah, in case anybody hasn't noticed or
nope,
read about it.
We ain't talking about it. We're not talking
I'm putting
about
it out there because you're not the only friend I know that's a fan, but USC got their ass beat by Notre Dame.
And this episode of MMA to the Max is ending abruptly as I'm insulted by my co-host and rubbing it into my nose. Oakland Raiders beat you by 1 point.
That's right.
That's all.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, they did.
Chokeland beat y'all, motherfuckers.
No, they did. No, yeah, we lost. It's okay. It's okay.
Feels good to be a Hawks fan right now, is all I'm saying.
Now back to MMA, where none of our feelings are getting hurt.
Brian Kelleher defeats Damian Stasiak in the third round by TKO punches. I was hoping it went to decision. That's what I had picked. This got fight of the night, and I thought it was easily well-deserved. It was fantastic. It was fun, back-and-forth fight. Stasiak opened up with he had Kelleher hurt with this spinning back kick to the body. You could see it on his face, and he was backing up. I was like, oh, crap, man, this might be finished. But then Stasiak didn't keep going after the body after he had him hurt. Like, on that instance, on that exchange, he would go back to the body later. But why would you just start striking the guy in the face and trying to take him down if you got him hurt from body shots?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It was almost like we go back to Cowboy. If you're fighting Cowboy, you hit him with that liver shot, that gut shot. You keep working on it, you know. Yeah, I thought Stasiak was going to win at that point. I was scared, nervous because I had Kelleher third round TKO. I figured it was going to get into deep water and he was going to do what he did, persist and keep throwing great strikes. But yeah, after that first round, I thought he was done. But he recovered really, really well and turned it into a great fight.
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight. If anybody didn't catch this fight on the prelim, even though it was all on UFC Fight Pass, make sure to check it out. It was really fun. Kelleher now moves to 2-1 in the UFC. Stasiak, unfortunately, might get released.
Yeah, I think he might too.
Even though he does have a decent resume, he is on a 2-fight losing streak, and in the bantamweight division, it just doesn't. Those lower weight classes, they don't really keep you on the roster if you're not making moves.
No,
he's now
because
2-3 in the UFC. So
yeah, the lower weight divisions, 25 through 45, and a touch of 55. They're fluid, man. That's where, in my mind, the best skill and talent you're going to find. You know, it's from 25 to 55, even 70. Those guys are great too. Because the way I look at it, man, is if you're a 260-pound dude or 225-pound dude, and you're like super athletic, you're going to play football or basketball or something, right, where you can make millions of dollars. But if you're super athletic and you're 125 pounds, you know, 5'6" or 5'9", 170 pounds, what else are you going to do? You know, you're gonna get into combat sports, right? So that's
or if you're a big 200 pound dude and you're a thug off the street, you go play for the Seattle Seahawks. Suck it, Aaron.
Oh,
thanks for bringing that in. I can't wait for tomorrow.
I thought we got away from personal football insults here. We're moving on to the sport of MMA, which we all.
You know
love.
what? You anchored an entire episode talking to Eric Anders and had a lot of discussion about football, about college ball. So I can throw in some football references on this show. Okay, the website that we're affiliated with does Football to the Max. So.
And it's
great show, by the way. Great show, by the way,
you do
everybody.
A great job, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Look, you don't understand the pain I'm in right now after that ass whooping by a very not good, overrated.
Just take solace in the fact that you can say to yourself that, you know what, UFC doesn't suck this bad. What's your quarterback? Sam Darnold is just trying to tank the season so he doesn't go to the Browns.
Oh, is that? You know what? I am going to take that with solace. Yeah, who wants to go to the Browns?
Yeah, he's tanking it. He's tanking his stock right now. He's dropping his stock. There you go.
They're like, hey, come to Cleveland. We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, just kidding. I'm gonna take a year in school still. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I redshirted, so I'm gonna go for the 6-year plan. Watch out.
All right.
You and Kaiser hike the ball together.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Who would go to the Browns?
Same time, both quarterback.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do
You're
have
onto something there. That's like Joe's Pick'ems and the 76ers. People do it.
Dude, I don't get early draft pick next year if I lose this freaking year.
He's taking
All right?
this year for next year.
Dude, I am considered by 10
Hey,
of
Joe.
people to be an expert. And
If you pay an extra $50 to the pot, I'll give you a handicap.
Fuck you.
Speaking of handicap, okay, so we're gonna skip this next fight. I don't want to talk about the Ameev and Sam Alvey fight. It was boring. Hey, credit to Sam Alvey taking the fight on 10 days notice, having to cut 30 pounds to make it.
Well, he didn't quite cut the 30 pounds either.
He didn't cut all of it, but hey, more power to you.
189 and a half.
It was a normal Sam Alvey fight.
Yes.
And
Smiling
Ameev
Sam
is a better fighter than this fight shows. Trust me, in his next fight, he's going to show everybody.
Oh, yeah.
What about McGregor's beating stick?
That's what I was skipping to the next fight. I really wanted to get into
we wanted
this.
to just jump past Alvey and talk about the Russian Hammer.
Yeah, the GOAT, as all these people online are trying to make a joke. But
dude, I don't find that a joke because the sad thing is Artem thinks he is a GOAT. He's a GOAT of not getting knocked out by massive head kicks and strikes. He's the greatest chin of all time. He's the GOAT. The gosh, whatever. That's all
The
the
goat?
is.
the
Is
GOAT.
that a thing?
GOAT.
I mean, I thought I knew MMA, but maybe I don't.
Here on MMA to the Max, what we do is we come up with new fucking trends. Don't get Maynard, and that dude's the GOAT.
Don't get goats.
All right, don't be the GOAT.
And whatever you're doing, watch out for that black witch.
It's
That's a
Blachowicz.
thing. That's a thing.
Robert,
Look it up.
we're trendsetters. We're
I know,
trendsetters.
it's horrible. It's horrible.
But
Andre Fili, though,
what
hey, you know what?
fight?
If anybody didn't pick Philly in this fight, Andre Fili in this fight, they don't follow his career at all because he has never lost or won 2 in a row in the UFC. He's 1-1. He lost his last fight in a meta sort of way. He was gonna win this fight, and he did. So
no. The reason I picked Lobov, and this is
You did?
hear me out. Oh, fucking, I'm an idiot. I understand, but I've got some logic and reason behind it. Just like you say, right? Fili's always one.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Gotta jot down something. Find new co-host. Okay, go ahead.
Fuck you. I can never Touchy Feely is my favorite nickname in all Earth. My only thing that I would hope for is he can make 125, and he could fight Uncle Creepy, because that would be the best. Touchy Feely versus Uncle Creepy, that would be awesome. But I don't think he'll make
Uncle
125.
Creepy's not even with the UFC anymore, man.
I know, but I just was trying to make a goddamn joke,
Wait,
dude.
wait, hold on. How drunk are you, man? Feely's at featherweight.
That's why I said
he has to go through bantamweight still.
That's why I said Feely would have to cut the weight to get down to Ian McCall's level.
Yeah,
you know
maybe
what I'm saying?
cut
He's
off
gotta
a limb.
Well, he's a thin guy. Scrape off some of those ugly-ass neck tattoos and what have you. He'll be fine.
That's got to weigh like 15 pounds alone.
I was just
he's
trying
got
to
15
make
pounds
him
of ink in there.
That's right.
What I'm saying.
That neck tattoo is pretty deep. But no, I picked Lobov because I figured this would be the first time. If I picked Feely, this would be the first time that he loses 2 in a row. Because I just have shit luck.
It happens. I think you were just trying too hard.
Yeah. Maybe I am trying too hard. I was also trying to pick the person that everybody else didn't pick because I need to find whatever advantages I can to get ahead of this asshole Bellybane.
The Bellybane!
But that fight was fine. Do you want to skip a couple and go to our girl Lana Kingsbury versus Aspen Ladd?
Batman will not accept
Yeah,
this.
Lena Landsberg got absolutely destroyed by Aspen Ladd in the second round. Landsberg used her clinch prowess to take the first round. After that, Aspen's like, bitch, I'm taking this to the ground, and just absolutely dominated her. And it was a great debut for Aspen Ladd. I'm so happy that she was able to make it to the UFC.
Oh, I was so stoked, dude. I had her the whole time. I figured it'd go to the decision. But, yeah, dude.
Well, she was scheduled before, and I think
top.
she got injured, so I'm happy to see her there. So
and Landsberg's no joke. She's a great fighter in her own accord, but Aspen's ground game, her pass, obviously is what won her the fight. Dude, she looked so good passing the guard. Yeah. Went down straight in a half guard, worked just right. Everything she did was on point. It was beautiful, beautiful pass in the mount. And as soon as Landberg tried to roll over, tried to roll into half guard, she just pummeled her to beat the shit out of her.
Yeah. And it's a great debut for the flyweight fighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice. It's really nice that she's there, and it's really nice that the women's flyweight division's there as well. Her last fight before this was a decision victory over against Shahara Eubanks in Invicta, who people might recognize from the Ultimate Fighter season going on right now. She defeated Joe Stevenson's wife, Maya, by submission Kimura, which I think is
that was
funny because Joe Stevenson's a black belt under Drysdale, so
yep.
You think his wife would have better submission defense?
You would think, right?
But that's the only decision that Aspen Ladd's ever gone to. She's finished all 5 of her other fights. She was 5-0 in Invicta, and 4 of them were finishes. And now she comes in the UFC and starts with a finish. She's somebody to watch out for in the flyweight division. Everybody needs to keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, she's stamping her foot down as the first premium prime contender for that women's flyweight. I think she's going to be she'll be the first one to fight the winner coming out of this season of Tough.
It's possible.
That's what I think.
And she was originally scheduled to fight Jessica Ai for her debut at flyweight.
Correct.
And she would have destroyed Jessica Ai.
Yeah. I think she would have kept that one on her feet probably and just pieced her apart.
It's possible.
Because Ladd's a complete package. She's a true mixed martial artist. Her ground game's good. Her striking is good. There's little spots for improving more, and I think her striking. But today, her ground game showed to be fucking second to none.
Yeah, for sure. She's only 22 years old, man. That's the crazy thing. Born in '95, and she's showing, and just for her short career in fighting, she's showing that she has the skills to take it that far. Unlike other women out there, like Heather Hardy.
Oh, you got to get into Bellator, man, dude. That was so disheartening.
We will because I want to talk about just those 2 fights for Bellator mostly.
Sure.
But Josh Emmett, I just want to mention Josh Emmett dominated Felipe Arantes, and I had the first round a very rare 10-7.
10-7? He dropped him 4 times.
Exactly, 10-7, man. Nah, you can only really go as low as 10-7. I mean, really, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'm speaking hyperbole.
But dude, okay, there you go.
10-7 for sure.
Hey, look at that.
Dude.
Grammar to the max is back. You used that correctly.
You know what,
Grammar to the max.
I'm a multifaceted man. I can spell like shite, put the wrong words in the wrong place, and still properly use my grammar.
Robert, you wearing a cape right now? Does it have a big G on it by chance?
Grammar man.
You're killing it tonight.
Grammar man. But Emmett looked phenomenal. He looked. This was his 45-pound debut, right?
It was, yeah, and it was Arantes' return to 45 after an ill-advised trip to the 135 division.
Yeah, he's too big to make that weight. He carries too much muscle. He's a 45er for sure. But Emmett, hats off to him, man. He performed well tonight. Looked really great.
Aaron, any final thoughts on this show?
Oh, is that it?
On the UFC show, man. Any final thoughts on the UFC?
I think you guys pretty much summed it up. I'm wondering if Emmett's going to get another line above his ribs there to
another novel.
Yeah.
Add to the short poem.
His Shakespearean prose.
But other than that, it was a good night. And
yeah, and just so everybody knows, the fight of the night, like I said, was Kelleher and Stasiak. The performance of the night bonuses went to Blachowicz and Darren Till. So,
that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with all those decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they got it right again. They've been better at getting those right. The fight of the nights and everything else.
There's discrepancy.
Yeah, well, if Robert and I don't say it, then they're wrong. Right?
Why do I even bring this up?
Why? Look, the matchmaker for the UFC listens to our show and starts making matches based upon what we say.
Right.
Apparently, Jesus.
Seriously, and that's
Give
why
Till fight of the night then. Jeez.
Yeah, Till deserved. He deserved the bonus for sure.
Does Cerrone get any on that?
No, but Cerrone
he
gets
doesn't.
paid. I think he gets like $300,000 a show, so he's not like he's hurting. Well, they won't disclose that in Poland, but he'll make $300K for sure.
Not a bad night.
No, sir. So they had nice choice awards there for the segue here, there, Aaron. Speaking of bad nights,
Yeah.
Gegard Mousasi made his Bellator debut, and it was not a very good night for him. Even though he got the victory, it was not a very good night at all. And I don't think that's because of Mousasi being overrated, like a lot of people are trying to say online. It's like what we talked about before. The Bellator fighters are not like beneath the UFC fighters. They are talented.
The top tier, the top 3, 4, maybe 5, depending on the division, they could play in the UFC. But after that, it's shallow as
easily. A lot of people like to discredit Shlemenko because of his loss to Tito Ortiz, but that is a big ass Tito Ortiz at 205, 20 pounds heavier, that was able to take down a 185-pound Shlemenko. Come on, the size difference is ridiculous.
And I was just surprised a non-steroid using Shlemenko was able to go 3 rounds with so much aggression because he's not on steroids anymore.
Yeah,
after the
show, Scott Coker was talking about they're probably going to adopt the 5-round main events for
non-title
I don't know why
fights.
They haven't. And I'm curious as what would have happened in this fight if it went another 2 rounds.
Shlemenko would have finished him.
Or Mousasi would have got his second win. Do you think Mousasi might have overlooked Shlemenko, thinking, "Oh, this is just Bellator"?
It doesn't sound like his MO to overlook an opponent. You know what I mean? But what it sounds like is his game plan that he was dialed into got thrown out the window when he got his eye poked. I'm still thinking his eye.
His eye got no. It didn't get poked. It got scraped by the glove on a punch. Like the glove scraped across it. So.
Yeah, because it was more like a eyeball kind of thing.
Isn't this man kind of notorious for some weird, strange, lackluster, but okay performances, if I'm not mistaken?
Are you talking about Mousasi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're referencing that Chris Weidman fight.
He's lost and he wins, and
the Scoggins fight was awful.
A few little weird things. You guys probably know the fight.
Yeah, he had that Weidman fight where he won by TKO after Weidman got kneed when he was down, but then said, "I can't see, I'm done" or whatever. When they ruled that he actually wasn't down because he wasn't.
That was Gegard?
Yeah, that was Mousasi. Yeah, Gegard.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? I mean, man, I want to get behind this guy. He's cool, and just really support him. But this fight's pretty much.
I think he'll do better in his next fight in Bellator. I think it was a combination of people underestimating how good Shlemenko is, and maybe Mousasi underestimating how good Shlemenko is. So
maybe, yeah, I would err on the side that they don't. Like, if we can sit here and tell you that, like, how could Mousasi's team not look at video of Shlemenko and say,
well, because Mousasi's
legit.
He's like a top 5 in the entire world. Shlemenko's not ranked. I mean, maybe he bought into his own hype, but it goes back to what we were saying. We've talked about before. Bellator has talent. They have great talent, and they have top tier talent. But because they're not in the UFC, people don't recognize them or realize how good they are.
Their top 5 could compete in the UFC's top 10 for sure, without question.
So that it does take people from the UFC to get out, go to Bellator, fight these guys, and make them get a name and come into the UFC.
Well, that's kind of it now. That's good, yeah, because the names from the UFC, that's the genius of Scott Coker, is he'll bring guys over from the UFC past their prime because they have a name, and when people start fighting that name, then that can kind of bring them up, right? They're going to get the rub off of these guys, and I think that's what we're going to get. Like Shlemenko, he's a perennial figure in Bellator, right? Other than the past couple of years,
yeah.
So I think that brings him up.
Well, that's because he was suspended, but yeah. But no, Shlemenko, he was the former middleweight champion. He lost it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Who did he lose it to? It's what's his name?
I'm brain farting here too. Damn it.
Okay. Anyways, he lost it. He lost it by decision, and then that guy went ahead and lost it to Rafael
Cordero.
Yeah. So
it's the British dude, Liam.
No, Liam McGeary was the
205.
205 champion, and it's not Cordero. It's Rafael Cavello.
Sorry.
Yeah, Rafael Cavello. But it was Alexander Shlemenko who was the first middleweight champion of Bellator, and then he ended up losing it to Brandon Housley. No, I'm sorry, he was the second. Hector Lombard was the first middleweight champion. He was unable to defeat Lombard. He won the title by beating Brett Cooper for the vacant title, or by beating Mikhail Fakeo for the vacant championship after Lombard vacated it and went to the UFC. Then he lost it to Brandon Housley, who then lost it to Rafael Cavello. So
that's right. Oh shit! I totally forgot about Housley. Yeah, I thought he was going to be something. He actually was pretty goddamn good for a minute there.
Yeah, he was because he was undefeated. He was great. He looked fantastic. Yeah. So, well, there was a lot of shit to bring up
for the record,
and talk about.
At least on Joe's end, he didn't look that up, and I'm pretty sure Robert didn't either. So this is why you listen to the MMA Doesn't Matter. These boys know what they're talking about.
We've been following the sport for a couple days now.
You might be passionate about it.
A little bit.
No, I actually did not look that up. Yeah, it just popped into my head for a second. It takes when I bring something up, I bring up a point sometimes, and I'm like, I want to talk about something. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, see, I knew what I was going to say, but then it slips in my mind, and yeah, this time it popped in my head. And I remembered all that by memory because I remembered reading about all that news and watching those fights.
Yeah, that's what's funny is you don't realize what you remember. You start talking about it, and you're like, oh, the lineal champs at 170. You start going backwards. Okay, yep, that's where we are. The lineal champ ended when, you know what I mean, and then vacated and went here and went that. It's so funny that you don't realize you remember some of that crap, and you just start talking about it, and you spew it all out.
That's right. Like a lot of people that don't remember that Lyman Good was the Bellator welterweight champion, the first one.
Yeah.
Joe Soto was the first featherweight champion. Ben Askren, bro.
Boom!
One of the best in the world.
Greek god, that wrestling ass son of a bitch. Dude, that's the big. We can go on forever. That's like the biggest miss in the UFC's history of misses.
And he's gonna retire after his next fight. And Jesus, that's so ridiculous. God damn it.
He's too young. Unless he's got some kind of retirement clause, and after a year he can go to the UFC. I don't know why he's retiring, because he's walking through people like a picnic. I don't know if you walk through picnics, but picnics sound easy, and that's what he's doing.
I mean, you sit. I don't know. An asshole would walk through somebody's picnic, but okay.
Yours truly is known as what? An asshole.
I mean,
that's
how
right.
many picnics have you walked through?
More than one.
You're an asshole.
Does that make me a bad guy?
Next week. Next week, buddy. On Fox Sports 1.
Not 2.
Are you looking more?
It's the return.
To the main event
it's the return. The return of the Dragon, Lyoto Machida, taking on Derek Brunson. And in case anybody forgot, Machida was unjustly suspended.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. Tell the story a little bit.
Too many karate kicks, or
no? He took. If I remember correctly, he took a supplement that he found out after he took it was tainted, and he let USADA know about it. Said, "Hey, I took this. I didn't know it was tainted.
Well, it wasn't that it was
tainted. You guys know this." Oh no, it was on the ban list, and he didn't realize it. And then when he saw it was on the ban list, he's like, "Hey, I took this. I'm sorry." And they still suspended him for 2 years.
Yeah,
you have to. Not 2 years. That's crazy.
No, but that's what they did. Yeah, but they not 2 years, a year. He was like, "Look, this is what I take." It was a BCAA
4
basically.
4 days. You guys are being ridiculous a whole year.
It was a branched chain amino acid, basically. You know what I mean? It was nothing.
Amino acid.
Yeah, I think that was unjust. You want to slap him on the wrist because that is on the banned list. It's not like he failed for estrogen blockers.
Yeah, and he let you guys know. He said sorry. You could have been like, okay, we'll clean it out of your system. We'll retest you in 90 days.
Yeah.
Hey, Jones said sorry too, though, right?
Well, that was after he got popped, though. Machida took it to them and said, hey, I just found out.
Yeah.
Machida wrote down on what they asked, list of supplements. What are you taking? This, and this. Well, that's illegal. What? How is it illegal? And you look on their thing, it's not, but it contains this basically amino acid. and you're freaking popped.
Yeah,
And he was legit about it,
On
dude.
a very short list, Machida is definitely on that as one of the best fighters to watch and ever, and just in the history of the whole sport.
And a clean guy. You would never. He's not a cheater.
Yeah.
which I agree with. And unfortunately, Aaron, to your point there, I don't think he wins this fight.
Oh, I don't think he does either. I think he gets wrestle fucked for an hour.
Yeah,
No, I think he gets knocked. I think he
Aaron-
gets knocked out. I think Derek Brunson knocks him out.
He's got the power in his hands.
Machida
Machida is older. He's slower. He doesn't have the same elusiveness he used to. I'm sorry, Shogun ruined the mystique of Machida.
Dang, you're calling another Brazilian great to his grave.
Brunson should have already beaten Anderson Silva.
He did beat Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Oh,
Judges be
right,
damned.
yeah.
He did beat him.
Yeah, judges are damned. I think they are the
With
damned.
the big cry fest afterwards. I can't believe I won. Did you ever? Man.
You can't believe you won.
You remember that one, huh?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Of
Only
course you
because
can't
of Silver's
believe.
performance at the end, though.
I can't believe I won. No one
That was
can.
the night that Jermaine Duranami won the women's featherweight title from Holly Holm.
extra
Well,
weird.
not from Holly Holm, but against Holly Holm. So.
Well, she won it, but she fought like a couple extra minutes, right, in between each fucking round.
Well,
All
even
those late
besides that,
punches.
she
Dude,
still
that was
won.
bullshit.
No, she didn't win without those punches.
Dude, because those
No
are the
way she
most
won that
devastating punches. Those are the ones that rocked
Yeah,
Holly.
but she still outstruck her throughout the fight, in the rounds, even besides
fight. I don't know,
that.
I've watched that one a
Okay,
few
look,
times.
you might be right, but that
No,
woman
I am
never
right.
deserved the
No,
belt.
there's no might with me. I am right.
Yes, she did outstrike her based upon your CompuStrike numbers. Okay, did she win the fight? Yes, but she never should have been in that fight. The second she gets it, she runs scared than anybody. I
I
don't
mean,
call
you may be
fighters
Riverside
scared.
Joe, but I'm Prophetic
scared.
Rob. I mean, what's up?
Oh,
the goat.
Prophetic Rob.
Have they
Prophetic
not been calling all these fights lately, man? Come on. I mean, I don't mean
Just
to
say for
toot
the
my own
record, also,
horn, but toot, motherfucker.
You can toot your own horn because I have a feeling your fiance is going to be asleep before this podcast is over. Didn't.
Video games tonight.
Yeah, video games to the max.
Looks like we're playing video games. Let's do it. What's on
Which,
the
by the
docket
way,
for
everybody,
tonight?
W2Mnet.com does have video games to the max where we discuss all the new video games, reviews, any type of news coming out. Heads up.
That was a good live read. Did the producer hand you a copy?
No, just off the top of my head. I'm a
I'd get
corporate
mine.
show like that.
God damn it. You're good.
It made sense. I kind of want to listen. I'm tuning in. Later, guys.
I'm
Yeah, in
actually
case
intrigued.
anybody doesn't, I'll plug it all again at the end of the show. I actually should start plugging it all at the end of the show anyways. The man gave us our spotlight here to do this show, so I got to at least give him his
yeah.
stuff back.
Sean is a generous
man.
gentleman.
He's a great man. He's from like the Miami, Florida area. He went through all that hurricane bullshit. So
Yeah.
he's still alive. More power to the man.
Good guy. But we're off topic like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we are, man. Fuck, man. Jesus.
Okay, so we all think Brunson's going to win. We just think it's going to happen in different ways. I think he's going to wrestle fuck him all day.
Machida's winning.
And Aaron's, please pick Machida. Thank you, Lord. Pick Machida.
Machida's winning.
I have to beat Belly Bane. That guy's such a dick.
The belly man is not a dick.
But I suck on one daily.
Oh my god, this episode's horrible.
But it's horrible in a better way than the McGregor Mayweather horrible, right?
It's a
Well, yeah,
stretch.
you're not yelling at the mic.
I would rather be a silly goose than a drunken ass, and that last.
and you were a drunken
that-
ass. All right,
and I
so
apologize to
anyways,
your cousin. But back on topic.
Hey,
Brunson,
Final picks.
water under the bridge. Water under the bridge.
You and I
Co-main
got Brunson.
event.
Belly Bane's got Machida.
Yeah, Coda main event. Damian Maia, Colby Covington, like we spoke about. I think we all
sir.
got Damian Maia winning that fight.
Covington!
Please do it,
Apparently
dude.
not.
Coming back, sons of bitches. You'll have.
Apparently
I got
we don't.
Damian Maia by rear naked choke in the first round with a little more than a minute left.
Well,
I'm
I
going to
don't
call it
know.
out like
All
that,
right, I don't know
dude.
this guy's guard, so I guess he's fucked. But
He doesn't need a guard because Damian Maia will pull guard and all of a sudden end up on his
Exactly.
back,
and
put
it's
him
really
in
cool that
body
he does
triangle
that
and choke
every
him the
time.
fuck out.
It's so cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But do we need to keep watching how cool it is?
In the
Or do we-
bantamweight division, we got Pedro Munoz and Rob Font, which is going to be fireworks. I think Rob Font takes that fight. Francisco
it's a tough one for
Trinaldo
me.
making. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
No,
was just going to run
I
through them
think-
real quick.
I think Font is going to win too, but I think it's going to be a fucking great fight.
It's going to be a
Munoz
great
is
fight.
not someone to look past or not think about, man. He's
Yeah.
He's phenomenal, well-rounded, quick, dude. Good distance control, good in and out, good wrestling. Like, I don't know. All around, he's a great fighter. I think.
And then we got
better
Francisco Trinaldo versus Jim Miller. Trinaldo coming off his 7-fight win streak loss to Kevin Lee, taking on the always durable Jim Miller. I think that's going to be a great fight. I actually think Trinaldo gets him here.
Trinaldo.
Yeah, I think Trinaldo gets him as well. Decision.
I think so as well. Thiago Santos taking on Jack Hermanson. That fight is going to be fight of the night.
How long do you think it's going to last? How many rounds?
About 2.5 rounds, but it's going to be 2.5 rounds of nonstop just slugging, of just striking, man. It's going to be fantastic. I got Santos winning that fight.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there 100%. Yeah. Santos wins second round TKO.
And then John Lineker returning from his broken jaw, courtesy of the one, the only TJ Killishaw.
Killishaw.
Killisnake. Taking on Marlon Cheeto Vera. That's a great fight. A lot of people are going to overlook this fight. Marlon Vera is a beast.
You think he's going to be able to take him down?
I think John Lineker knocks him out. But Vera is a beast.
Broken jaw doesn't have any factor in any of this.
It's been since December?
That is a very good point, though. Yes, he might. That broken jaw might be a factor in this fight. Vera is on a 3-fight win streak. His last 2 fights, he submitted Brian Kelleher by submission.
Yeah, that was a good submission.
It's a great armbar. And before that, he basically ruined the retirement of Brad Pickett because he was losing that fight, and then he caught that head kick on Pickett and followed up with a knockout or the TKO. But that's going to be the great fight. I would normally pick this as fight of the night if it wasn't for Santos and Hermanson, but I just think Lineker's power is going to be too much.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get inside on him, and you don't want to get hit by Lineker.
And then one fight on the preliminary card on Fox Sports 2 I want to really highlight real quick is Vicente Luque taking on my boy and yours, Nico Price.
Right. We are some Nico Price fans here at MMA to the Max. Dude, that motherfucker is so fun to watch fight.
Yeah, that man made Alan Jobana's last fight look horrible. It was fantastic.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm so glad he didn't pop for marijuana after that win. So
I did, just so you're aware.
Oh, did you pop for marijuana?
I did. I had to celebrate a little bit.
For Price, so he didn't get popped.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do it for him.
Yeah. They were in the airport together, and Joe ended up
taking his marijuana from him, and,
So Price didn't get popped. He's a good man.
Well, how do you think this fight's going to play out?
Well, I think it goes to decision.
It's going to play on the feet the most of the time with Price picking them apart?
And I think if he wanted to, I think Price could if he got it to the ground, Price has the obvious ground advantage in my mind. But I really think it goes to decision.
I think Price is going to hurt him with something, stun him a bit. Stun guys go for shots. I think it goes to the ground. I think Nico submits him third round. That's my thought.
It's very possible.
You guys are making my pick 'em so easy this week.
Yeah, just listen to what I do. Pick the same as Riverside Joe, and you'll be fine.
I can't remember
for sure.
It's great recording it. So.
Yeah.
Not the guy that's in the lead, though.
Can't wait to listen.
Don't pick like the guy that's in the lead.
No, don't pick like Robert. Robert doesn't know what he's talking about.
Don't pick like Robert, the self-proclaimed goat.
Hey, was I not at one time first in the entire world before I
you were?
Just started? I started second guessing myself and trying to be cute.
Yeah, we got a flyweight fight on this card. You want to talk about it all?
Go for it, man.
Figueroa versus Brooks.
Jared
good
Brooks?
old friend Jared Brooks.
Our good old friend Jared Brooks.
Not that he's not a pal of the show, but he and Shorty got into it.
I was going to say, he's not a pal of the show. Hey, sorry, Jared Brooks, but this is a pro Shorty podcast, and you don't measure up, homie.
No. Shorty beats the shit out of him, dude, and walks away unscathed. But I just think it's funny. I mean, see someone we've talked about who we're aware of, because, again, we're fans of the lighter weight divisions against Figueroa. I think I said that right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Carry on.
I think Brooks is gonna
sounds good to me.
I think Brooks is gonna get him inside of the clinch and and Greco-Roman wrestle with him a little bit, pop out, strike, and I think he's going to win it via decision. Not super impressive.
I'm actually rooting against Brooks here because I thought he lost his last fight easily, his UFC debut against Eric Shelton. I can't and I had Brooks picked on that fight on the pick'em, but I can't believe they didn't give it to Eric Shelton. I thought Shelton won, and I thought Shelton was robbed.
No, we all agree on that. I don't
so
want Brooks
I'm probably I don't know. Just based off of his career where he's won split decision.
Yeah.
I might just have to go with Brooks just for this.
That's what I'm saying, too. It's going to be unimpressive, but he's going to win.
Figueiredo.
All right. Aaron's on a
Figueiredo
roll.
all day. Figueiredo.
Buongiorno. I just listening to like try to pronounce that made me keeps reminding me of that movie. Arrivederci. Ooh, say one more time. Say it with passion. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Figueiredo.
That's awesome, dude. So that's next week's card, man. That's going to be another barn burner. We've got.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I can't wait, man. We get through that card, and then we are finally at UFC 217.
Yeah, can we get a good quick touch on that?
Aaron won't be with us next week, so let's get we could throw that in, Aaron, man. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just looking at the co-main event, and I'm salivating, dude.
Let's talk about that real quick, Aaron. Which fight are you looking forward to the most on UFC 217?
Yeah, both are good. You got to watch GSP though. I mean, right?
You're looking forward to the Bisping GSP fight, huh?
Of course, don't you think?
I'm excited. I'm gonna be excited to watch it when it happens, but it's not something I'm really looking forward to personally. As much as I am, like Joe saying, the co-main event.
Cody and Dillashaw.
Yeah, Cody and Dillashaw is the fight that I'm looking forward to the most on this entire card.
You watched an entire season of the drama develop, so I can understand why. It's like Countdown, but for like 3 months.
It has nothing to do with Ultimate Fighter. It's just. I love TJ Dillashaw, and I was very impressed with Cody and his win over Dominic Cruz. And to me, these are like two of the best bantamweights in the world. Well, obviously not just to me, to everybody else. And this fight is going to be amazing. I mean, Cody's got the boxing advantage, but TJ's got the all-around advantage in my mind, and it's just, oh my God. Whereas the main event, Bisping and GSP, I think Bisping just murks GSP.
He's going to use his reach, and he's going to box him up. He's going to keep him on the outside of his jab.
Never underestimate the George St. Pierre jab. He broke Koscheck's eyeball into 10,000 eyeballs.
You don't understand,
though.
The most boring fight you've ever watched.
Look at the casual fan. Hey, Joe, look at the casual fan bringing up that fact. I'm impressed.
Pretty good, dude. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Memorable moments. GSP has quite a few, but they're also very lackluster and sorry ass.
Bisping's jab is just as good, and he's got reach. And Bisping has, in my mind, better boxing footwork. He'll maintain the distance. He'll pick him apart on the outside. He's got some of the best takedown defense in the middleweight division. GSP is not going to get him back up against the cage.
And he's going up 10 pounds. There's no way.
Bisping wins via decision.
15.
He pieces him up.
15.
That's what I'm saying.
But GSP walks 220 though, right?
He walks like a 195, maybe 200 at best.
What is he?
GSP used to say he used to walk around at like 180, 185. He said he didn't. He said he never cut that much weight to make 170. That's why he used to talk about how he can always cut. He was always talking about dropping a lightweight. I mean, maybe now he's built up muscle with his fight. He's had plenty of time to wait for it, so maybe now he's built up the muscle and the weight for 185.
He never wanted to go up and fight Silva because he said he was small. But
he said he would need time to put on muscle, which he's had now. So
yeah, he's had plenty of time. Let's see, man.
Boring.
GSP wins.
This fight's gonna be boring.
If GSP wins, I'll dedicate this one to James.
Because kind of whack too.
Yeah, if GSP
wins, if GSP wins, I'm practically out $110 because I made a bet with one of my buddies on this fight saying I picked Bisping and he picked GSP. Obviously, made a bet saying that loser has to buy the winner of the jersey of their favorite football team and the favorite player from that team. And
dude, you're gonna be a Steelers fan by the end of this.
You look at
his
Facebook
Aaron.
picture.
Suck a dick.
I got nothing
Fan
but
of
love.
A shitty ass team that had to leave the division to go win. Suck off.
With Marshawn Lynch's greatest run ever.
Oh my God.
Beast mode.
Hunt watches that. Anyways,
yeah. So the rest of the card. So yeah, Bisping, GSP, Garbrandt, Dillashaw, Young Jacek, and Namajunas.
That's the fight. The other thing,
that's not even close. Wonderboy Thompson, George Masvidal, like we spoke about. Hendricks versus Paulo Barashina, which is on the main card, which I don't get. But I just keep reading them off real quick because I really want to, before we close out the show, I want to highlight one fight that on the prelims that I think needs to get more attention.
Which one's that?
Randy Brown versus Mickey Gall.
I knew you were going there, brother.
Yeah. I am a Mickey Gall fanboy, man. I think, hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Is it safe to say you're a dick rider?
Yeah, cool. Hey, Mickey.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say you're a
that
dick
wasn't
rider?
me trying to be clever there. That's the song he walks out to. So,
I know. It's a great song. If my name was Mickey, I'd walk out to that song too. But
yeah,
is it
there
fair,
was only
it's
really only the only choice. So
yeah.
I
am
a dick rider. I think Mickey Gall has it, dude. I think he has the skills. I think that kid is going to be a beast in the future. I think he's going to handle Randy Brown.
He's going to handle Randy Brown. He's going to choke him out via guillotine.
I think so. I think he's going to choke him out. Maybe rear naked choke, but I think he gets the finish.
I'm thinking his guillotine is going to go for a sloppy takedown at some point, and Mickey's going to slap on that Sarah guillotine. And he trains at Sarah Longo, right? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't, but he does go there sometimes. But he is out from that area.
Yeah, I know he's from that area, but I know he's not technically a Sarah Longo guy, but I think he's a great
kid. He's a smart kid, man. I listen to him on the podcast all the time. He's been on the UFC Uncensored podcast with Matt Serra a couple times now, and he is just a smart kid. He has a good swagger about him. I hate to use that word, but he just knows exactly what he wants and where he wants to go with his career, and that's smart.
No, he's a great fighter. He knows how to talk the game. He knows how to do what he needs to do, man. I'm a big Mickey Gall fan. I like Randy Brown, but I'm telling you, he's getting guillotined.
Yeah, I think he's getting finished.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking Randy Brown's going down.
Going down to
Julie
fuck down.
He's going down there.
What about Blaze versus Olenek?
I was gonna get into that too, man. Like we also have James Vick and Joseph Duffy, which is gonna be a fucking fight. That might be fight of the night. And then on the Fight Pass prelims, the main event is Lexi Olenek and Curtis Razor Blades.
That's a do not miss heavyweight slugfest versus heavyweight choke you out from places you've never seen before.
Curtis Blades wrestling, I think, might take it.
I think. Well, that's just it. Okay, his takedown defense will take it, right? But you don't want to be an Olenek's guard either.
Yeah, no. See, I think Olenek's better on top game, and I think Blades is just going to be suplexing him left and right. His think about his fight with Adam Milstead, where he just suplexed the shit out of him until Milstead just tore his knee.
Yeah,
suplex
sounds
city,
like a good
bitch.
fight. You called that fight of the night?
Which
that
one?
Sounds like fight of
Curtis Blades and Olenek.
I got Vic and Duffy as my fight of the night.
Dang, I'm going Blades and Olenek off of what you just said.
Oh, well, shit, if he can suplex the shit out of him, then yeah.
if he can get it
back to suplex.
I don't know. I think Olenek is going to surprise us with his back game. That's my thoughts. I think might be a heavyweight decision, which are few and far between, but I think they're going to stand in trade for the first round and fill each other out. Blaze is going to go for the takedowns. Olenek is going to actually either pull guard on it or take the takedown to the ground, and I think we're going to be surprised with his guard game. But it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, no, I agree. The 217 is a stacked card.
Dude, all the way down to St. Preux versus Corey Anderson.
On the Fight Pass prelims? That's what's crazy.
Right.
Oh, man. I can't wait. Anyways, hey, you know what?
I'm gonna say Corey Anderson loses via St. Preux choke.
Yeah, that might be the safest bet at this point.
Right.
I think we rambled enough about fights tonight. We have Brunson Machida next week. We'll talk more about 217 next week when after we review that fight. We'll get more in depth on who we think are going to win every fight and try to talk about why. Shit, man. On that note, hey, Darren Till, welcome to the main event in the top 5 of the UFC. Welcome to stardom, in my opinion. It's a shame it was stuck on Fight Pass. It really was.
It was.
That's a star-making performance against a fan favorite on Fight Pass. What a horrible decision that was. Oh my god, horrible decision to put that entire card on Fight Pass, because Till just he became a top-ranked contender, but unfortunately, with the casual fans that know Cerrone are big fans, they're not going to know about it. So
it's all right. McGregor did the same thing, and look where he got.
But he wasn't on Fight Pass like Cerrone.
Yeah, and he's not on Dana White's Twitter and Instagram driving down the strip with him.
Fair enough.
So, all right,
Fair
Joe.
enough, man.
Joe,
We'll have a show.
Plug that media, homie.
If you want to get a hold of me, the best way to do that is on my Twitter or Instagram. My Twitter account is jhud45, or you can get me on Instagram at MMA to the Max Joe. Remember, the 2 is the number 2. Robert?
Well, before that, hey, Arin, do you want people to get a hold of you on social media, or do you want to be a hermit here?
I've been contemplating hermetism, but it sounded kind of weird to say it out loud, so I think I'm going to go with a shameless plug.
Go for it.
Check out Medicine Brothers at Facebook.com. You're going to love it. That's all.
Well, there it is.
I like it. All right, if you
Sold
want to
me.
find me on Twitter, that's at It's Rock Robster, no apostrophe, obviously. Find me on Instagram at MMA to the Max Rob with a number 2. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/MMA to the Max podcast. Find our podcast Twitter at MMA to the Max show. Let us know how we did, how you enjoy the show, or how much you hate it. I don't care. Any news is good news in my mind. And next week, we're going to be reviewing the Brunson Machida fight, as well as discussing UFC 217 more in depth than we did tonight. So stick around. Hope everybody enjoys it. For MMA Max this week, I'm your host, Robert Taylor, and I am going to sign off for my co-host, Joe Hudson, and our guest host, Arin Smith. Everybody, have a good night.
Arrivederci!
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.